I'm making this video because, I'm starting my WWE content page and I've been doing it for about a month now and I think I'm doing okay. But I just wanted to get into like how I started liking wrestling and how I got into it now. So obviously, growing up as a kid, I loved WWE. I used to have the action figures and John Cena, and Jeff Hardy was my guy. He was my favorite wrestler. I had Chris Jericho when, he came back. This was like early 2000s. Randy Orton heel. Like, my favorite moment of Randy Orton was when he handcuffed himself to the ring, handcuffed Triple H to the ring, and RKO'd DDT'd Steph, and then kissed her in front of Triple H when he couldn't move. Like, that's the shit I watched. Brock Cena, Rock Cena, Undertaker when he was the dead man and scaring the shit out of people when he got that's what I watched growing up. Played the games, had the action figures. I remember I used to go to after school and have one of my friends had the action figures, and we used to come and bring like each other's bring the action figures, and he would have this one, I have this one. And I remember literally like growing up I had to like watch the pay-per-views, like illegally stream them with my little brother because no one was paying $60. I remember I went to my friend's house once for WrestleMania, but like that's what I loved growing up. And then I probably was like 12 years old and I stopped watching for years. I kind of like kept up a little bit, like who won, what matches, but I didn't really watch. And then years later, my other friend was still into WWE all these years, like through COVID and everything. And this was probably like 2022, WrestleMania 39. Like I remember he told me, he was like, "Oh, watch, like it's gonna be Roman Cody," and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like Cody came back. He told me the whole story because I didn't know that Cody left or whatever. And then Roman, whatever. I watched the Roman Cody. I was like, "Oh shit, this is good. It's good again." And then again, I was like a casual fan. I didn't really, whatever. And then I remember like the Survivor Series, and I saw all these rumors that Punk's coming back, and I told my friend who the reason I got back into it, I was like, Punk's gonna come back. He's like, there's no fucking way. Like, he hates Vince, he hates Triple H, there's no way he's coming back. I was like, oh bro, I think he's coming back. I saw all these like rumors on Twitter and shit. So I watched it. I watched that War Games, and I had no fucking clue any of the storylines, anything. I just watched it. And that's when Punk came back. And Randy came back first, and then Punk came back. And that shit was amazing. And that hooked me. Like, I've been obsessed back watching ever since Punk came back. Like, he literally, people can doubt it, but Punk really saved WWE. Punk, there was no Netflix, there was no ESPN. Like, the day Punk came back, I feel like a lot of people were like me and also came back to start watching again. And then we had WrestleMania 40, which we had Cody Roman. Obviously was one of the greatest matches ever in recent years. Like, even though there was so many interferences, that shit was like Avengers Endgame with Cena, and then like Solo, and then the Undertaker, like that was amazing. I remember no one knew Undertaker. I remember being shocked. I was like, oh shit, like I was fucking hyped when you heard the fucking bell ring, and I was just hooked since Punk came back. I've been hooked. So obviously I watch every Raw, SmackDown, and then like I started going to shows. Like I watched for years. Probably the first show I went to ever was I went to some SmackDown in the Garden because I live in New York. And it was, I remember it was like, me and my friend were talking about it. I was like, this is the All-Star event. Because I remember Logan wrestled. He never did. It was when Randy and Owens and Cody were feuding with Solo. And like, that's the episode where Paul Heyman got put to the table. And I was like, row 5, like behind the announcer's table. And I remember like, I was like, oh shit, we're so close. And that kind of spoiled me because we got really, really good tickets for that. I think I paid like $200 for like row 5 behind the announcer's table. And I remember we got really good tickets for that. And I was like, oh shit, I want to go to another one. And then since then, I've been to probably like 8, 9 shows. The craziest show I ever went to was SummerSlam because again, I'm in New York and tickets were so expensive. I remember like the day before, I asked my friend, I was like, yo, you want to go to SummerSlam? So I was looking and tickets dropped. So I remember we sat row 5 for SummerSlam. And if you've ever been ringside to WWE, like, I'm enjoying the Raw song in the background, by the way. If you've ever been ringside to WWE, how like if you're on the floor, it's like leveled. So like, and I'm not that tall, so it's like hard to see over people. But for some reason, like our row was like on the ramp, like there was like a ramp on it, so we were like leveled over people, and I was like, oh shit, like that was crazy. And then I went to WrestlePalooza in Indianapolis. I went to the Raw after Rumble in Philly. I sat row 1, like on the entrance side. I went to the last Cena show in the Garden. Anytime it's in New York, I usually go either Barclays or the Garden. But traveling to shows is so cool. Like when I went to flew to Indianapolis for the first show, that was pretty sick. I sat row 2. You probably can like look. I was like literally the ginger in the second row. But it's the same thing when I go to older shows. Like I'm the one ginger in the front. So if you're ever watching on TV and it's like a New York show, and you see me, just like, oh shit, that's the ginger, you know? But I love going to shows. I love WWE. People talk their shit, but you know what? I'm gonna stay. If it's good, I'm watching, you know? But that's kind of how I got into WWE and started going to all these shows. And like, I started posting content because I was like, yo, we went to the last Raw in the Garden, the one with Stephanie and Cody had that segment, and we got VIP, the on location shit, like the meet and greet with Liv, which was really cool. And we met Oba and Trick and Rusev and Danhausen. I'm making another video about like how the meets were and how actually they were to talk to and everything. But like looking at that, I was like, oh shit, like we have some crazy seats. Like not everybody gets this shit. I see people sitting in the section 300, which is like, to me, it's not worth it. If I'm gonna go to a show and stare at a screen, I just watch it on TV. Like it's not worth it to me. If I'm not close, I really don't. I don't want to go. You know, the furthest I'll sit like the section 100s. Like those are pretty good seats. Like when you have the level. But other than that, like that's kind of how I got into everything. And I was like, I'm gonna start doing this shit and posting videos of the shows that I've been to and seeing what happens. You know, so we'll see. Who knows what's going to happen, but if anyone can anyone stayed this long to listen to me and can subscribe, or see my TikTok or Instagram and everything, I appreciate it. And thank you guys.